Hello, there's a tram in front of me and I need to overtake it. You think to yourself that once it starts moving, you'll shove it in first, drop the clutch, plant the hammer and hold on for dear life. Prize is called How to Overtake a Tram in Melbourne, Australia. And for all who live in Melbourne, Australia, this video is for you. As part of its public transport, Melbourne uses light rail vehicles, or trams as we call them, and they are an integral part of the transport system. Melbourne has the biggest light rail transport system in the world. If you're one such person, then you'll identify with this story. Hands up, all of you that have had difficulty overtaking one of these monolithic Goliaths that can weigh as much as 15 rhinoceroses and are using the same road as you whilst you're driving your car past them. Anyway, trying to overtake one of these Goliaths can at times be an exercise in futility. I am certain that most of you are now saying, yep, I know exactly what he's on about. Picture this. There's a very long tram and it's travelling about 40 kilometers per hour in the centre carriageway on the road that you feel is way too narrow to accommodate both your car and the tram. You must now overtake it on the inside lane, or just be prepared to slow yourself down and thus causing other drivers behind you to bank up waiting for you to overtake this tram. Just as you're about halfway into the overtaking maneuver, it decides to slow down to eventually stop for a passenger waiting at the designated tram stop ahead. A passenger has already walked onto the road in front of you. Needless to say, you think that passenger in front of you has a death wish. You don't want a reckless driving and manslaughter charge against you, so you inevitably accompany such an act if you were to have an accident with that passenger. So you obviously stop. The very long tram stops as well. The doors of the very long tram open and the stop sign pops out from those open doors. The danger pedestrian signs pops out as well. The pedestrians pop out. The death wish passenger pops in. It is all organised and choreographed. In the meantime, all you can think of is how to overtake this nauseating tram. You think to yourself that once it starts moving, you'll shove it in first, drop the clutch, plant that hammer, and hold on for dear life. It should be straightforward. Your power to weight ratio is much higher than the trams. You can do it, and you will do it. So it all starts as planned. You go for it, and you're through. Yes, the tram be gone, I exercise you from my view. It is indeed exhilarating, if not childish and pathetically immature, but I and most drivers on Melbourne's roads would confess to both if they were truthful. Next, no sooner are you waiting for the green light to appear a little further down the road, and you've guessed it, that nauseating thing has caught up to you and you need to do it all over again. Pity is you, for your mind cannot cope with such stresses. I, for one, am the person in one of the passengers on that thing looking at you trying to overtake it. P.S. Before, when I asked you to put your hands up, it was obvious that I could not see you, so I hope you didn't actually put your hands up. Oh, and yes, I do know what monolithic means. That's all. Love you all. The end. Alexander.